In this dying world, nothing is more precious than time. Why do you waste it on me? Does my victory still sting? Do you seek vindication?
I'm not here to fight you. That won't wipe out the past.
So you're here as the savior, to offer me salvation.
It's for Yule's sake. She asked me.
I refuse.
I'm not asking for permission. The chaos here needs to be brought under control. I'm gonna do what Yule asks.
You think you know what she wants. Even if one you will praise for my salvation, another demands the opposite. Very well. Do your best, Hunter of Souls. Cleave the evil from me and save me, if you can. If you wish to have my soul. You must take it by force.
No more destiny, no more fate. Let's end this once and for all.
Wings of darkest night.
I won't go easy on you.
Easily overcome.
Told you my strategy was macaroni and cheese. Because it's cheese.
You are the Hunter of Souls. But you cannot claim mine. Behold. Even if one Yule desires my salvation, another demands my rebirth. With each death and life, Yule's soul was splintered anew, the divided fragments melting into the ocean of chaos. She is one and many, a contradiction. When Yule pleads for my salvation, she speaks the truth. But at the same time, Yule cannot let me go. She must keep me here.
So Yule is never gonna let you go?
She is but a child. And a child needs to be looked after, especially when she is doomed to stay alone in the chaos. Yule is the unseen chaos, and the chaos will consume any world that it touches.
She was always cursed, from the very beginning.
Her power is too great, even if she wishes no harm. The very existence of the chaos must distort and warp reality. So tell me, Savior, in the world that God is building, can you welcome her with open arms? No, you cannot. It is a new future, and there is no place for her in it. We must stay here. The chaos is where we belong.
That's your plan? You'll stay here with Yule and be destroyed along with the world.
I am an empty shell. My soul is rotted away. I shall cast this body into the chaos. I shall be the shepherd of all the souls. Destined to wander the darkness, never to be reborn in the new world.
Is this how you hope to atone for what you did? Do you think you can wash away the sin of destroying a world? Yule. You want to be with Caius.
I want to stay.
If you don't want salvation, I can do nothing.
Now leave us, Savior. Do not confuse Yule any longer.
Got something to say? I made a promise. I told him I would meet here. There's a Yule who loved someone else too. I wonder what she wants. But you see now, right? Why time was distorted, why the world fell apart, why you got dragged into Valhalla? It was all because of the power of the unseen chaos. And the chaos came from that girl, reborn and splintered, generation after generation. From Yule. It's under control for now, but the chaos could burst out again anytime. So you won't save everyone after all. Do you think you can live with that?
I can't save someone who doesn't want to be saved.
Savior, can you hear my voice?
Yule. It was you I heard. You spoke to me when I arrived in the Wildlands.
I could see everything. I could see what you had to do here. So I called out from within the chaos. To all the people, past and future. I spoke to every person who would listen to me.
Right. The doctor and everyone else here. Bit by bit, you managed to tell the story. And that story turned into a legend about the Angel of Valhalla, shared by everyone here. Then I owe you my thanks. I don't think we'd have found each other if it wasn't for you, telling that story.
I only pointed the way to your destiny. You and he have always been bound by the strands of fate, since long before you came to the Wildlands. See, he was always yours. Your steed, your knight, your champion.
You. It was you all along. A hell of a disguise. You had me fooled. Odin. My faithful friend. It's good to see you again.
Hold up. I'm happy for you, Stats. And I'm gonna let you finish. But most importantly, what we get out of this is this right here. The Chaos's Revenge. The weapon I use for 90% of the game every time. Cloud, your sword is great, but get out of here because I'm using this. Look at those stats. 600, 600. Cloud sword is 360 and some stagger power. The stagger power is offset by the fact that this has quick stagger. So if they're at 75% of the requirement, it just staggers them. I don't need that 12% stagger power if I have this. Okay. This is like the #1 weapon in the game, in my opinion. I use it all the time. And even when you can do New Game Plus, every time you clear this mission, actually, you get another one. And at some point, I usually have all 3 of my outfits using this, just because it gives the equal stats for both strength and magic. And then New Game Pluses, you can upgrade the weapons and upgrading them. I usually do one max strength and the other one max magic, just for my main magic in the class. And then the third class, I'm calling them classes. The third schema, I usually just have miscellaneous stuff. So, as you see, just to even win this fight, I went and equipped this for its magic power, because staggering Caius was not going to happen. You see my maximum HP drop is 95% dropped, so that's why I had such low HP, but I didn't need it, because that's what I was abusing. That macaroni and cheese of just casting Elementa over and over and over and over and over. While using every inch of EP I had. And that was enough to finish him before I ran out. Because he can heal himself in that battle, and when he heals himself, oh, it is annoying. So I don't want this to stick with that low health, because it affects every schema that I switch to by percentage wise. So if I take too much damage, it's gonna really hurt. I think I have the summoner staff, I guess. 330. Let's see. Anything do? Huh. I think I noticed that before last time. That's legit. Okay, I might as well use that on that. Either way, the stat boosts also make this much better. So strength and magic are even higher now. And we've cleared one of the main quests. For here, we got one more. Which is this one for dodge, so I already got that one. I still need to do that. The seed traders I'm almost done with. I did the bounty one, and we haven't even gone to the dunes to get that one. So actually I could finish this quest in this day, because this is just do that crap, get a few more of these seeds, and I know exactly where this is. And he'll be fine. So then we'll have 1 and 2. We'll have the Yusnan and Dead Dunes. There's only one of those places. So we are just about done with the main quest lines. Yeah, seriously, that Caius fight. Forget that fight. He is... If you don't do any cheese strategy like that, I mean, there's probably more legit ways people have figured out how to actually beat him. You know, you used to be able to rename him. I remember that. Well, there's probably more legit ways to beat Caius that I just don't know. He's probably really easy. Maybe he's not. I don't know. I just have issues with him.
Where did you come from? I sense everyone who lives in this village worships the goddess Netro. Here, we are closer to her sacred presence. One day we shall leave our corporeal bodies and be summoned to her side. We have not always lived here. We come from Luxury, but then, as now, the Order ruled their almighty. Some of my...
I did not ask for that much dialogue. Okay. Okay, that stupid grail. I need to remember how that goes, but we'll do that another time. I'm so happy I did that, because this will make the rest of the game much easier now, having this weapon for one. I mean, the stat boosts obviously are great in itself, but the weapon gives us so much big stat upgrades itself that I would, if the weapon was the only reward, I'd be totally happy with that. And it just looks cool. Matches the outfit too. May just do that. That probably would help. Alright. I want to go this way because I'm thinking I got more ingredients, so I'll remember. I can just check. I need Choco Boro, which I think is only available in the daytime in the forest area, so I can grab 2 of those real quick. Yep, there's one right there. How convenient would it be to find another one right around here? Too convenient. But one's right here. Even more convenient. Alright.
Do you need a cure? I don't believe it. You actually got everything. Now I'll finally be able to do my final task. Words cannot express just how much this means to me. Truly. But I want to say thank you anyway.
That was your last task, to make this medicine.
Yes, I want to give it to someone. But I'll have to be extra careful with this brew. I can't ruin this, not something this precious.
That's right. Don't you go wasting all of my hard work.
I'll take that as encouragement, I guess. I'll bet every last bit of pride I have as an apothecary on this. Do you need a cure? Thanks to you all, I've finally done it.
I saw a real strange fellow. He had some hair, like a wild bird's nest, sticking straight up in the air. How do you make it do that? And what was he muttering? Something about a coffin or a coffer?
Yes. So. Alright, think about the quest lines. We'll probably do the Dead Dunes next. Nothing against Yusanon's area, it's just... it's so out of time with the way I usually run things. But I should do it before the next day. I want to freeze time right now, but I'm kind of like thinking there's nothing I need to do early morning. There is a there's a quest line back where the fuzzy sheep milk is. There also might be a big thing happening. Okay, it's not happening yet. I forgot when that one starts though. I think this is where I get the view from these guys.
Odin, back me up!
Nope, I guess I needed it from the slugs. Let's go ahead and... I plan on using that teleport. So I think what I'll do is I'll just teleport to the south station and then just go straight to the Dead Dunes while I can. Then again, it would be a good idea to go to the south of this area and then teleport to the north to do the other quest I have up there, and then just go back to the station here and go straight to the Dead Dunes. That'd probably be smarter. You'll probably start to notice now that more days have passed by. There's going to be larger groups of enemies spawning, which is a good thing, because I do want to eliminate as many as I can. And doing it at this point in the game 101, and with all the stat increases I just got from Caius and this weapon, it's much easier to do now, not much of a hassle. That's a thing that's about to happen, but I want to do this.
I'll buy whatever you're willing. Here's your cut.
There we go.
Oh, I almost forgot. The boss wants you to have this. You deserve it.
There you go. We got all those. We'll do that in a second. I think right here's a quest. There it is.
Ah, mademoiselle. Might I have a word? I consider myself an expert in the culinary arts. That's cooking food to you. But I have not been able to practice my true skill these many years. My master taught me his greatest recipes, but together we only made them but one time. Now the world stands on the edge of destruction, and I fear I will never make them again.
I'd like to help, but about the only dish I can cook is behemoth steak on a campfire.
What I need is much simpler than that. I require only a few small but vital ingredients.
Which you can't find.
Exactement. Especially in this day and age.
All right, if I find any, I'll bring them to you.
Mademoiselle, merci beaucoup. With those ingredients, I'll once again be able to craft the masterpieces of my forebears. Welcome. What is this? Incroyable! Never did I think anyone would be able to find these ingredients. I shall pour my heart and my soul into crafting this dish. I shall return. It is ready. I have made it at last. The legendary dish, the Nora Special.
Nora Special. Somehow, that sounds familiar.
I doubt that, mademoiselle. It is a name that only a select few elite chefs are familiar with. It is a dish no longer served, a legendary recipe that was almost lost to the mists of time. A dish last sampled 1,000 years ago, or so the stories say.
For something that's so legendary, there's not much to it. It's not all that fancy or complicated. But at the same time, it smells great, like good home cooking.
Vraiment. On the tongue, it is a reassuring pleasure. It evokes sun-dappled afternoons on the seashore, a masterpiece of subtlety. It has been passed down to me over 1,000 years. From one generation of chefs to the next, the recipe copied 100 times. Until it came to me from my master. To make this dish is the greatest honor a chef can know. Somewhere my master is watching, and is proud. Please, you must have this, as a token of my eternal gratitude.
The Nora Special. It reminds me of a place near the water, of cool breezes, the waves lapping on the shore. I still remember Sarah. How could I forget? It was our hometown, the place we grew up. Bodum. You always used to order this at that cafe you loved. You'd make me get it too. Even now, 1,000 years later, something of that time has survived.
Another disaster! Those woolly-headed ovine have done it again! What goes on in those tiny heads of theirs? Why do they do this?
Sounds like you have more sheep trouble.
I'd say I do! The fuzzy sheep have effected a mass escape! Every single one of them gone!
Doctor, you must calm down.
What? Oh, sorry. You could hear me from over there?
They could hear you back in Luxarian, I'd say.
Oh, it's just I'm so upset. This young lady is Millie, a good friend of mine. Now, Millie, did you need something?
Nothing. It's just that, well,
I think I know why the sheep ran away.
You do? Pray tell.
Last night, I heard some kind of ruckus around the pens. I couldn't tell what it was, but I'm thinking it must have put the sheep into a panic. Maybe it was some kind of monster, and it tried to get at the sheep.
I see. So the sheep were terrorized by the occurrences of the night. Something reminded them of it, and they bolted en masse. Well, that certainly would explain their behavior. But I'm no closer to getting them back. It is near impossible to herd a whole flock of panicked sheep. The only thing that could drive them back is something bigger and scarier than what they saw in the night. Something like a chocobo.
Exciting, isn't it?
Words are not enough to express the depth of my gratitude, but thank you.
Don't lose him again.
Indeed, that mystery remains unsolved. Why did they flee in the first place? Millie suggested that a monster put a scare into them. She's nowhere to be seen. That's not like her.
Things to do, maybe?
Yes, perhaps, but I'm a bit worried. She seems a little troubled in recent days.
If I see her, I'll talk to her.
I'd be grateful if you did. Ah, I almost forgot the most important thing of all. I must present you with your just reward.
What was I thinking? I'm a fool.
What are you talking about?
Well... All right, I'll confess. It was me who did it. I was the one who made all the sheep run away like that. There was no monster. There never was. In the dead of night, I saddled up a chocobo and rode around the pens, whooping and shouting.
And that's what panicked the sheep? But why would you do that?
Well, it's complicated. You see, I really wanted to give Dr. Sheep a reason to talk to you.
So that's what this has been all about. Wouldn't it have been easier to just introduce us, like normal people do?
He's been excited ever since he heard about your arrival in the Wildlands. But he's terribly shy, the doctor. He'd never be able to just approach a stranger, no matter how much I prodded him. Not in normal circumstances, it just wasn't going to happen, so I came up with a plan. I had to make him desperate enough that he'd totally need your help. Then he'd have to talk to you.
So you chased away all the sheep. That threw the doctor into a total panic. You figure that in his desperation, he'd forget his shyness and talk to me.
It does sound crazy looking back on it, but it worked. Except that since then, the sheep have been incredibly nervous and high-strung. Any little thing is enough to set them off stampeding out of their pens and into the wilderness.
Cannot be good for them.
I know, I feel terrible about the whole thing. All I wanted to do was help the doctor, but instead I've made him worried sick. Not to mention years of research almost went down the toilet.
If you're really sorry, you should tell the doctor what you did.
No, I couldn't. What if he ended up hating me?
If you don't, he's gonna keep worrying about what scared his sheep in the first place. Are you okay with that? You care for each other, don't you? Then tell him the truth.
Care for each other? What do you mean? That is to say, yes, we do, but...
You said it yourself. He's a very shy man, but he talks to you easily enough. Seems to me he thinks of you as something more than just a colleague. Just talk to him. He'll understand.
All right, I will. Thank you so much. You've been so kind to me, despite all the trouble I caused you.
I remembered while I'm up here, there's actually another thing that I was supposed to do a long time ago. Because this doesn't actually happen until the quest starts, and I came up here first. I'm killing those things.
Odin, back me up!
Don't need it.
Now you know who is stronger.
There's sheep up here. Yeah, see. I don't think... may not have actually came up on this side. No, I did the other side. But this actually isn't here until you...
I'm going to collect firewood. I have to do it every day if I want to eat hot meals.
Well, we need that item right there. So I'm not going to teleport anymore. I'm just going to... Not that I had enough to teleport anymore.
Let's do this, Odin!
What's the outfit is up here, isn't there? I don't think we ever looked at this one.
If anything catches...
Yes. Lame outfits.
Hey there! What do you want to speak to me about? Do you know about the Chocobo Eater? It's very scary. Can you guess why it's called a Chocobo Eater? Bet you can't. Yes, that's right, because it eats chocobos. Gods above, you're a sharp one. Not everyone makes the connection, you know. Anyway, this Chocobo Eater is the mortal enemy of chocobos everywhere, and I've been hearing rumors that one's appeared out in the wild. The hunters of Yogd are all shaking in their boots. Their chocobo steeds mean everything to them, so this is worrisome.
Yeah. Chocobo either. We don't have to fight one of those, am I right? Except for the fact we will. When that quest, well, it's kind of a scripted event. When it happens, you'll know it when it happens. Believe me, it's a very big and forbidding thing. I was surprised I haven't seen it yet. But it'll probably be here the next day.
He's recovered at last. Look at him. He is the true angel in all his glory. For 100 years, nay, for longer than that, I have dreamed of the day that I would see the true angel. His destiny is to guide you to the goddess's temple, a temple that emerges from the side of a mountain, its entrance beyond the reach of any man. But this chocobo will catch the wind, and on wings of white, he will bear you across the crevices to that distant, forsaken place.
I purchased.
Been there, done that.
Thank you.
Hi.
It probably would help to have these ones for whatever situation. Although I'm probably never going to equip them anyway.
Come back again.
Alright, so question is, do I have everything for this? I do. So yep, no going straight to the Dead Dunes or back to Luxurian right now. I have this quest that I can go turn in, and then that will jump on to the next one, and I can finish up that data collecting one I somehow haven't done the first time I was there.
Oh, so you found where Yule's flowers grow, have you? Well done.
No more lies, just the truth.
Believe it or not, those flants will probably be the first enemy we extinct in the game. Because when it's like day 7 and further, it's like groups of 8 of them, I think, will start spawning constantly in the morning, and you can easily wipe them all out. Oh, Chocobo Eater. That's not the one we'll have to face. The one we'll have to face, I dread. That one I don't dread. Okay.
Thank you so much. All right, little dog. It's time to drink your medicine. This'll fix you up. Gosh, will you look at that? This stuff works fast. Claudia will be so pleased.
Claudia? Who's that?
Who's that? Why, Dr. Gazal's assistant, of course. You met her earlier. Oh, wait. You know her as 13. Is that right? Ugh, that Dr. Gazal. I don't know why he can't be bothered to learn people's names. Claudia is a wonderful assistant. Well, quite good anyway, and she deserves more respect. And when she's not sure about something, she always checks with the other assistant. Well, anyway, the dog is safe and sound. If you happen to run into Claudia again, let her know for me, would you?
Sure.
Oh, and here, I've got some leftover medicine. You can have it. Maybe it'll come in handy. By the way, do you mind if I ask you a favor?
What exactly do you want?
I'm sorry to do this to you again, but I need more herbal ingredients. But this time, it's not for a dog.
Someone in the camp is sick?
They're not for me. Dr. Sheep over in Arius has been looking for certain ingredients for years. And I want to help him, if I can.
You know each other?
Not exactly, but I thought it would be a good way to introduce myself.
I get the picture. You've admired him from afar, and you think this will get him to notice you. Go on. Tell me I'm wrong.
No. I mean, you make it sound so underhanded.
If you say so. Short story is, you want to give the doctor a surprise present. Might be fun. I'll help.
You will? Thanks. It's just not something I could do on my own.
You won't find us. Come again.
If you have some room in your field, I'd like to use a patch.
Huh? This is private property.
That wreckage is cut. This might be hard to believe. I see him every once in a while.
Alright, let's figure out where I effed up. No, well, this is bollocks. I need another rocky crag mole, though. That sucks. Just, I don't know how many you can find. I'm pretty sure you can keep finding them. I think they just change location. I'm pretty sure I got that one, though. I mean, come on. That's like the first one. How would I have not gotten that? So this.
I'm getting a...
There we
The
go.
indicator light is blinking. Looks like I got everything I need. Time to head back.
Every stat increase helps.
I think I may have enough. Will this do?
Excellent work. I'll analyze this information at once. Let's see here. This is rather unexpected. I've managed to detect what seems to be part of an audio file. Let's hear it.
Mayday! Current location is... Dude, these coordinates make no sense. Where the hell are we? What in God's name is that? What is that thing? A woman? How can she be? This is impossible!
And that's where it ends.
The pilot said he saw something impossible. What do you think that could be?
I don't suppose it could be darkness of some sort. Perhaps it was the unseen chaos that supposedly sealed beneath Etro's temple.
Who could he have meant by the woman? You don't suppose that could have been the goddess? That doesn't seem possible, but...
The goddess? No, I don't think so. That would defy science. It was probably just the pilot seeing his wife's face flash before his eyes before he died. But what's that saying? Never say never. In order to produce a scientific explanation, we need to keep gathering more data.
Still got a long way to go.
Yes, but thanks to you, we're already a step closer. A little progress is better than no progress at all.
I would say you're right.
Things have been stagnant for a long, long time, as you know. That tiny bit of new information is an amazing discovery for researchers everywhere. You can't imagine the great gift you've given us all.
Well, it wasn't all thanks to me. I couldn't have done it without this guy over here, the Angel of Valhalla.
That was disappointing. Alright, since it is noon.
Monsters!
No, it's noon.
It's about lunchtime, everyone, so take a break.
I am going to head back to Luxurian. Make sure I try to keep up with what's going on there. Okay, that's why. I don't think there's anything else in the Wildlands. There's not many. Well, there's a little bit more. We'll do that Grail Valhalla thing eventually. I think you have to go all the way to the very last one, and that's where the thing to decipher it all is. And then you gotta go back and make sure you hit all of them. I love the music in this game. We'll be back here pretty quick though, because once I go to the Dead Dunes, it won't take long for me to... Oh no.
Did you hear?
No, what?
Canopus Farms is covered in clouds of chaos. The villagers managed to flee to safety, but as long as the chaos remains, they can't return to their homes.
I'm detecting large infusions of chaos in the area. They're all over Canopus Farms.
Why would chaos suddenly appear across a single village like that? I have to check it out.
Did you hear?
No, what?
Canopus Farms, the villagers man.
I can't turn in my stupid quest because, well, like I thought it was going to happen the next day, but I told you you'd know when it would happen. And, yeah, you can see that.
We can scatter them easily.
This is another battle I am ill prepared for because I have no EP.
What is it?
It's the chocobos, the ones I'm treating. They're inside the chaos. I've got to get them to safety.
Doctor, it's too late!
Did all the villagers make it out okay?
Yes, everyone is accounted for, except for the chocobos. They were too slow.
I saw something in there. It was a chocobo eater. If we don't get those chocobos to safety fast, they'll be slain. Every last one of them.
You want to help your fellows, is that it? I didn't need to ask.
I've analyzed the chaos. The monster inside is too large to be a chocobo. I can only assume that it's a chocobo eater.